If the walls at Ansonia Copper and Brass could talk, they would tell the story about a rich manufacturing history in the valley and how these buildings provided the lifeblood and pulse through the community throughout Ansonia and the valley. Ansonia Copper and Brass and the former American Copper and Brass employed hundreds of workers whose families lived in Ansonia's downtown and surrounding neighborhoods. Those buildings tell a story about a company that helped put Ansonia and the valley at the forefront of manufacturing. As time went by and our demands and needs shifted, many large manufacturers like Ansonia Copper and Brass moved away, leaving nothing but 40 acres of vacant, unused industrial space. What was once a thriving manufacturing company and the city's economic engine now lies fallow. Though these walls are now crumbling and have remained silent for many years, I am here today to start a new chapter in a story that will once again be written by the great people of Ansonia and the Valley. It is a story of rebirth and regrowth, and a story that holds new hope for the future. I have worked hard with my administration to forge a partnership with the owners of Ansonia Copper and Brass. The Memorandum of Understanding, which I hope to sign next week, will put into action a plan to demolish almost 30,000 square feet of abandoned buildings, removing blight and creating a new and attractive site pad for redevelopment. Ansonia Copper and Brass has agreed to assess, remediate, and demolish a cluster of buildings located at the northern perimeter of the Liberty Street parcel within the 60-day period of time. The structures were historically utilized for lumber, storage, and packaging. The MOU represents a willingness on the part of Ansonia Copper and Brass to cooperate with the City of Ansonia in beginning to address the many issues that we face on this parcel. I have a vision for this site, and we are taking the first step today to make this once great manufacturing site a new site that will provide economic growth and prosperity for our community. We have a big job ahead of us, and it's time to get to work. It's time to show Connecticut that Ansonia is open for business. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, this is indeed a significant step for economic development in downtown Ansonia. I want to thank you and your team for negotiating this arrangement for the good of Ansonia's residents and taxpayers. Finally, we're about to see action on this long-neglected site. Now the ball has been passed to me and the Board of Aldermen, and I can assure you that we will not let you down. I will do everything possible to ensure the approval of this agreement at the Board of Aldermen meeting this Monday. Congratulations again on this first step towards building a better future for the downtown and all of Ansonia. Thank you very much.
On behalf of Ansonia Copper and Brass, we want to say how extraordinarily pleased we are to be here and to have worked out an agreement with the City of Ansonia. If you look at this building, it's a classic brownfield site. This is the legacy of Connecticut's position as the industrial juggernaut of the Industrial Revolution. Unfortunately, sites like this have fallen into abandonment, a lack of use, and for a whole number of complex economic and social reasons. But society now understands that we cannot allow these brownfield sites to lay fallow. We have to put them back to productive reuse. And the partnership that we are now forging with the City of Ansonia is the beginning of that effort to reuse this property. The problems associated with redevelopment of brownfield sites are enormous and complex and expensive, and they can only be done and we can only succeed if there is a strong cooperative partnership between the public sector and the private sector. And on behalf of my client, I can tell you that he is committed to making this work. He's pleased with the level of cooperation he's received from the mayor's office, who really understand the complexities of brownfield redevelopment. And so the demolition of the north end is the beginning. It's our hope to start there, and then, to move down as we do the hazardous building materials assessment and remediation of the site. And on behalf of my client, I want to tell you we are very excited to have reached this point, and we look forward to working with the city of Ansonia in putting this property back to productive reuse.